Are you a oracle or a tarot card client, or are you someone who reads oracle or tarot? And do you have that thing that happens where sometimes you're pulling cards, whether it be oracle or tarot, and the client has a specific question, as in timelines or when or yes or no, and instead you get all these other cards and they tend to be swords or cups or something like that, or pentacles, and that's because spirit is saying to them through here, even though they have a question, spirit will say, you need to be focused on this, not what you are focusing on right now. So that could be pointing toward them. What are they manifesting? Or you don't have the money for it, or you are very concerned and very over emotional, very highly emotional, and you feel very strongly about this, or you just had a really bad conversation with someone and it's showing up in the swords and the cups. And they want to know when is this going to resolve and is it going to be okay? And the thing is, with the energy that's picking up off of the deck is the vibration, the highest higher self vibration of the client. And I don't care how many times you can, then this is what we do, right? We pull these cards, as in if I get my tarot deck out, we pull these cards, and the client's like, when's my timeline? Or when? And they go, okay, let me ask. And so when, so for whoever. And then we have the Fool card. Timeline could be a year. But also, it's going to be delayed because there's going to be unexpected stuff that comes up. Well, people don't like that because they want to know here, why, now. They don't understand that a lot of that stuff is stuff they're manifesting, their higher emotion, and obstacles and events that are unexpected that come along the way that could bump their timeline around or off. That's why when we read the cards, they are reading the highermost energy, not what that client wants. Because Spirit says that. And Spirit says, too, sometimes, well, when you decide and or when you have that difficult conversation, well, what's going to happen with that? Well, this is a second party. This is another party. How that other party relates to what you say and do and decide depends on them. They have free will to make their own choices, their own decisions, and their own blah blah blahs, which could affect, yeah, your timeline. But we can't guarantee the answers. That person has their own feelings. They have to take time to decide. And people do not like that when I say that. They're like, well, aren't you psychic? Don't you know? Yeah, but that person, that other person that you're trying to pull on, they have their own free will. And when we say they have their own free will, they have their own thought processes, they have their own thoughts, desires, and wants, and they have the time they need to make those decisions, and that's up to them. Now we can pull the highermost energy of more than possibly likely, as in the energy's leaning more toward this or that, but we're not going to say for sure because people have free will to make decisions. And the star card can say, in the future, yes, it'll be probably, they'll probably react better to it than you expect, but they could take a long time to react. And why? Because stars are far, but they're bright and they care and they are beautiful and they're vibrating the highest energy for the positive. And so that's how that works. Ace of Pentacles is, this could be time. This could be like a day to a month. Because there's always a span of time. Because you need events to take place. Events could bump around. You need groups of people or a person to decide what they're going to do and or change their mind. But sometimes when you pull cards and you ask, they will say, yeah, for sure, this person's going to walk away. They've made their mind up. And then clients are like that. Well, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure that they're going to really walk away? And we pull more cards. And it's like, well, based on what's happened and what you've given them, this is a yes card. Yes, they're going to walk away. And that's how that works. So if you were a client or if you were someone reading, a newer person reading, this is how, that with my experience, is how the process works. So I hope this helped you. Let me know if you run to that where you're pulling cards and you're just kind of like, oh, because we're telling a story. It's a story time. It's not just yes or no. Of course, I do have my yes, no, maybe so deck that I created for quick answers. And is that person going to walk away? This can be very triggering for people, I find, because when I did them on live, people would be like, ah, dang, and they get all. And it's call me and maybe we'll talk about it. See, it's call me, maybe. And maybe we'll maybe. There's maybes. There's always maybes because things could always change and things always change last minute. So yes, we can oftentimes predict things, but a lot of times we're reading the current energy field because everything has its own time. Thank you for watching and liking and sharing.